Okay, so this is a tutorial that I'd be saying I was going to make like 4 months ago, and I'm sorry that I forgot about it completely, but I just remembered, so I'm going to make it quickly now. How to do a Obani Draco clip. This is something that I don't think there's really any good resource for at the moment. My setup is based on Zem's day one setup, but he didn't explain it too well, I don't think. And to be honest, the version that he does, I found kind of inconsistent. So, yeah, hopefully this is useful. Should note that I'm on PS3 playing in a 16:9 aspect ratio, and I think because I'm using visual references, if you're playing in 4:3, the visual references will be different, but have a go and see how it works for you. So the first thing in the clip is how to actually get on top of this, which can be a little bit tricky when you're just starting out. So don't worry if that's a little bit difficult for you at first, or you don't understand what's going on. But it is quite simple. All you want to do is hold a sort of upright angle. You can look at my input display down the bottom right corner. And you just mash X, and Ratchet will kind of ride the wall and end up double jumping up on top of the surface. So we kind of go like this, and you make it up. Okay, so then for the clip itself, we use a few different visual references. The main thing that we're going to be using are these pink lines that are on the floor, like this and this one. We're also going to be using the edge of this, I don't know, what is this? This dark surface that Ratchet's standing on. So the edged line here, we're going to be using that as a reference. And the last thing we're going to be using as a reference is our health bar. Or rather our experience bar, I guess, but the central bar at the end of the experience bar, where there's a little gap between the two yellow sections, we're going to be using that. So after the experience, after the bar, the little gap where there's no yellow at all, that's what we're going to be trying to line things up with. You should naturally get your health coming up because you'll be pressing triangle to bring out your turrets here. But if you're too slow, you can also press L3, and that will bring up your health again. So with that said, here are the references that I use. So we're going to look at the pink lines on the floor to find where Ratchet to be standing. So this pink line and this pink line, we're going to stand where they meet. The camera's normally a bit more zoomed out here, more like that. Okay, so that looks good. And then we're going to throw our turrets. So we'll go into first person mode. And then we're going to be using the end of the experience bar, like I said. So bring that up. And we're going to be looking at this pink line. And we just want to line up that little gap in the experience bar with the pink line. So this is too far left. This is too far right. This is good. And that's our first line up, but we don't throw a turret yet. So then we go up to the second line up. So just hold up until you get to this point. So what we're looking at here is that edge of the surface that I talked about that you can now see. So there's the spinning section behind it, and then there's the dark section. Where the dark section is, the kind of a diagonal line. Oops. We are lining that up with the 0 in 200. Or you might be on 195 health or something like that at this point. So the third number in your health bar. And it should go right through the middle of that. So this is our first lineup. So we throw a turret here. Second lineup, really easy. You literally just hold down and throw another turret. And you see that we're starting to clip through the wall. So the final part of the clip is a little bit annoying. If you go too far right, you won't clip. If you go too far left, you'll come back in bounds. So we want to go kind of around this angle. This is a lot more free than the rest of it, and charge. Now, I think for whatever reason, when I've been messing with this tutorial, the clip seems to work worse if you do it slowly. But I promise this will work first time. You saw I got it third time there. You can just mash. If you don't get it right, generally just mashing charge over and over again will eventually let you clip through. But if you see if I do it a bit faster, line up the experience bar, line up the 0, up, down, a little bit left, we go straight through. And just to demonstrate what happens if you charge too far left, you will get this when you're practicing, but just to show you, line up like that, like that. We go too far left, we come straight through to this section. This is really bad. This loses a lot of time. You have two options here. You can go down here and do the casual route, which is slow, or the way back is over here, and you can attempt to do the clip, and the turrets will probably have despawned by that point. I think that's about it. I already mentioned the 16:9 thing, which was the one thing that I wanted to make sure I got in the recording. Yeah, I don't understand quite why it seems to work worse when I do it slowly, which is a little bit annoying for like demonstrating it slowly, but it does work.